this one is called Happy. I'm going to be joined by my sister, Inique.
No other man can ever make me feel
live on IG. Very, very soon. Big up yourself, Amira, joining us.
You make me happy.
More love to everybody passing through.
You make me happy.
Yes, people, I hope you're feeling happy.
Me happy, tell the whole world how you check for me. Yes, you make me happy, boy, cause you got me. You have the good love and I need happy. Well, I'm responsible in every part of me, Ale. Well, spiritually, physically, and then more mentally. Love when me and gleam, I'm just well savvy. But think well secure, so I don't go watch nobody.
You and me,
when I don't watch nobody. Oh, you make me happy. Me happy, tell the whole world what you mean to me. You make me happy.
For those who are just joining us, we're going live and direct with Inique, you know that. The great style, the great flavors.
You make me happy. Something about you that I just can't live without. I'm committed to the time.
Yes, big up yourself, Peter G.
No other man can ever make me feel this way. Oh, you make me happy. Me happy, tell the whole world what you mean to me. You make me happy.
Yes, sis, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Lovely Friday.
Yes.
How about yourself?
I'm doing good. But hearing that tunes made me just uplifted once again.
The vibrations are so high on Happy. I love that song.
Love it. Love it. So you know what, sis?
Hi,
I think introduce everybody who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. So world, UK, America, everybody who's watching, I am Inique and I am from Jamaica and I am here in this music business doing exactly what I love to do, spreading love, joy, and high vibrations with the world. Do you have any other questions? I think I kind of touched bases on that. And I cannot see you, DJKat.
You can't see me?
I can't see you.
Oh gosh, I can see you. I don't know what's happened.
I don't know. But anyway, I'll work with it until it sort out.
Hopefully,
and hi to all my family and friends who are showing up.
People, if you can see us both, let us know. I'm not sure what's happened with that for your end. I can see you.
I can hear you, so that's most important.
That's definitely true. So how did your journey begin, sis? Because I feel like your flavor and your style is so different, but it's definitely up there. How did it start?
Thank you. Well, you know, my journey started from I was a youth, but without me even knowing that, you know, I was on that journey already. So pretty much just growing up in St. Mary, Jamaica, and you know, going to school, going to church, and you know, I noticed that each time there was any type of performance, you know, I would always get the lead, and I just always you know, relate that to maybe it was due to my academic skills at the time, you know, maybe because I was always doing well, and so I thought maybe I was getting those opportunities for that purpose, like, you know. But looking back, so in church, in the community, when I migrated to the States, it was the same thing. And I just recalled always just loving music. And I remember feeling like every little Jamaican girl and boy loved music the same way I did and loved to dance, you know, because that's just the vibration there in Jamaica. But I come to find out that my obsession was just a little bit more than most people that I knew, and I didn't really care, you know. Actually, I embraced that. And I think in high school, so I think I was probably, you know, 15 or 16, somewhere in there, when somebody brought it to my attention that, hey, you know, you have a lovely voice. I believe I was in the piano room, hanging out on my lunch break in high school, and I sat next to this young man, and he was like, "Who is that?" And I'm looking at this young man like, dude, we're the only two here. What's the hype, And he's like, you know, he was just like lamenting how, my voice was so beautiful and that by all means necessary that I should take part in the chorus program that we had at school that, the next
Yeah.
year. And knowing me and being me, I definitely don't give up great opportunities or sleep on ideas that I think are beneficial to myself and my growth. And so I did exactly that. And, I believe that was the 10th grade. And I never looked back. And after high school, the love and the passion, it grew immensely. I remember describing it like it became this pressure, on my back, on my neck, on my head, that I needed to make a move. I needed to find my footing. I needed to get the door open. I needed some help. I needed assistance, I did everything I could. And I remember before even getting the opportunity to work with some greats in the business, I would travel to, like miles, just to possibly hold a mic and sing one song, with bands that I was affiliated with. Or, just every opportunity that was presented to me, I pounced upon those opportunities. And in my early 20s, I remember just feeling like I must do something. I have to break a door down. I needed to get a bit further here, And I remember reaching out to a family friend, Marcia Sinclair, and I just lamented just how much, my passion was so big for music, just how much in love I was with it. And then that's what I wanted to do with my life. And she was so happy to help me, really. She told me that she would, think about it and to make sure that she would pair me with somebody, connect me, link me up with somebody who she knew would be, of great aid, be a safe space for me, put me in an environment that was safe. Because this business can be very tricky and dangerous, right? So she did just that, and she mentioned the name. And at the time, I'm ashamed to say this, I'm really ashamed to say this. She said, I know a great guy in Florida. And she said, Hopeton Lindo. And little young me did not know Hopeton Lindo. But let me tell you, I am ashamed to say that. But it's like, music is one of those things that you might not know the person or know their work, but when you do, you can't forget it, right? So I remember it was the same day. She gave me the connection. I linked him up the same day. And it's so funny because at the time I live in a place where I didn't have access to, reggae music producers, so to speak. And I had a good brethren from high school that was also into music. And I asked him, please do the best you can to put together a reggae rhythm for me. And I remember writing a song, and I went to his house and I recorded it and I sent it to Hopeton, knowing good and well that maybe this rhythm won't sell it. But I put a passion into the lyrics and the delivery. And I was just praying that, he would hear the potential, regardless of the fact that it wasn't up to, industry standards, the whole production, that would mean something. And he never said anything about my voice or anything that it wasn't. He said he heard good things, but he definitely made me aware that the rhythm was not it. And I said, I kind of knew that, but I was just hoping, that he would hear the love for it and, my love pouring out into those lyrics and the delivery, the melody. And I remember just starting, I think that was 2016 or so. And he was working on some other projects. And so I didn't start working with him right away, but he did pair me with a good producer. Yes, getting out of my head. Poor man, Red Hills, Mr. G. I call him Mr. G.
Okay.
So that's the producer that I worked with. And at the time, we recorded Man Next Door and Man Next Door took a life for itself because Man Next Door, I'm sure you're aware about Man Next Door. Richard Grant, there he is, Mr. G. Please forgive me. This is all nerves. But Richard Grant from Poor Man Red Hills Production studio. I worked with them on Man Next Door, and it spent about 3 weeks at #1 on the Foundation Network charts here in Florida, and it also charted in New York. So big up Clinton Lindsay as well, and all the people that supported Man Next Door during that time.
Yeah.
So that's me jumping in right into the history of Inique.
No worries. Wow. I mean, what a journey and kind of the process you've been through already. Because firstly, how was the kind of jump going from JA to America? What was that like? Because it's different, right?
Oh my goodness. I'm not even sure if I can tell the joke here, but
Okay.
it was a culture shock,
Okay.
you know. But one thing about me, I believe that I adapt very well to my environment, and I take to people very well. I kind of know how to deal with different personalities, different perspectives. But a really cool little joke, I migrated here in the 8th grade,
Okay.
and like a fish out of water, I remember the first day in class, Can I tell this joke here? It's sort of rated away, I'm not sure. But anyway, long story
Yeah.
short, the difference in or grammar, that was definitely highlighted that day because I needed an eraser. And in Jamaica, we say rubber, right?
Okay.
So I raised my hands in class. The class was silent. And I was just like, does anybody have a rubber? And I
Okay.
mean, everybody just fell out laughing, like, you know what a rubber is, right?
Yeah.
So that was one embarrassing moment. But other than that, I took on very well, I would say. It definitely was, a change in everything, scenery, culture,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. But I always held on to my Jamaican culture, never let go. So, I always had that.
I love that. Keep waving the flag. I love that.
Non-stop. Non-stop. The world loves us, and I love us even more. So, yeah.
And earlier on you spoke about kind of the industry in the sense of the dangers, in particular for women. And I'm glad you raised it, really, because I feel like a lot of the time we raise it, but we don't really come up with a solution. Not just us, but everybody. We don't come up with any solutions how to make it a safe space. So I guess that's my question. What could we do to make it a safe space for us, as females?
Absolutely. I actually thought about this some time ago, putting together a forum, for us women,
Yeah.
where we can not only learn from each other, but support each other. We can lean on each other. We can be, just that be what would you say? Create a safe space where we can share stories. We can share lessons that we've learned so that maybe one may not follow or fall into the same potholes as, say, for example, if I've gone through a certain experience and I know that I would never want for another young lady or woman to go through the same thing, then if we have a sisterhood,
Yeah.
and that would mean that egos would be put aside, that it would be a love driven space, and that's really difficult because there's so many egos.
Yeah.
That battle of the competition and all that type of stuff. But I do believe that we can find it within ourselves if we knew that it would serve for the better good. If we could just be a little bit more human and more nurturing and caring and empathetic and sympathetic, I believe that we can help each other out, just looking out for each other. So if a young artist like myself coming up, not knowing, the different avenues that maybe I shouldn't take, it would be good to have somebody to call on and to reason with, say, Sister Marcia, Etana, just people who have traveled this ground before. And I'm not saying that they wouldn't. I'm just saying, knowing where to go to knock on that door to say, hey, I would like to talk. I would like to know so and so and
Yeah.
so, right? So I think we should put together a sort of forum for
Yeah.
that, and for men too. I
Yeah.
think that if we kind of create a unity environment, it's not going to be easy in the beginning, like I said, because everybody's just so competitive. But I believe you can be competitive. It's like sports. Like, for
Yeah.
example, doing track and field, performing, competing. Once you run that race, you're gonna hug your sister and say, "Good race," right?
Yeah.
You don't pout and walk away and all that good stuff, right?
Mm.
So I believe if we can be good sports women, or just show good sportsmanship, in that array of this environment, I believe that could be something that would be achievable if we can put that aside. Once your performance is done, once that song goes number one or whatever, put that aside and then just cater to the human side of ourselves, because none of us are going to be, in this space forever. And so we want to pave the way for the future
Yeah.
where it's more of a safe environment, more of a welcome environment. And if music is delivering the message of love, then I feel like we should pour, we should, radiate that type of energy in everything we do, I feel.
Yeah.
And for me, sometimes I really love some songs and I just want to post them on my page. But I notice that's not, you know what I mean? Like if I'm in love with a Romain Virgo or a Beres or whoever, I sometimes just want to share it. I want to share it so that everybody can, get a taste of that energy and fall in love with that song too. I'm not the only artist that a fan is going to want to listen to or vice versa. I feel like each artist is an
Yeah.
individual. And so we can have a plethora of artists. We can have as many as possible. And, as an individual, still be just as important as the other person once you're delivering quality music. Because we have different
Yeah.
emotions that calls for different energy and vibe in music and genres as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, just me going off.
I hear you. So some of the listeners, we've got the real Russ. He's saying there's too many egos in a fraternity of unity. Um,
Right.
and Ra Ra is saying that Shireen Anderson is is a beautiful soul and awesome artist. She would be a good one to connect with.
Absolutely. I believe that. And I've chat with her before, briefly, nothing in depth, but she's
Yeah.
very open and very, very warm, and we've never met in person.
Yeah.
But definitely, I believe there are a select few. I don't think they're highlighted, but definitely there are a number of us. So if we had like a call to action, I
Yeah.
definitely believe that, the good ones will show up. The right spirits will partake, and once that shows the appropriate results, like the results that we're aiming for, I think more people will fall in line.
I hear
Yeah.
that. So when you start in the forum.
When we start a forum, well, first, let me tell you, this just the pursuit of music alone and making sure I provide for my family. My hands are so full, but
I
I
hear that.
believe all things are possible. I think once I find a footing, or if I have enough support to cater to that and nurture that so it can grow, and
Yeah.
I have to make it a cool factor too, just like Shaggy said. Anytime you're starting something new, you have to have that cool factor. So like
Yeah.
the branding and all that type of stuff, would have to be in place. But I know a few people that I could talk to
I
to
hear that.
possibly get that help, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that. So I don't know about you, but sometimes social media becomes one of my bugbears. Yeah, I know we have it. I know it's there as a tool, but it becomes like, oh, I have to do social media. How is it for you? Because I need to know if everybody's feeling this, or is it just me?
It is absolutely not just you. I struggle because I know that I have to be on, I have to spend time here,
Yeah.
and so that's my own thing. And I'm making sure that I'm intentional about making my posts. And I've actually been so anxious all week about, I need to start going live, but it's such a vulnerable thing, to do, and I haven't really warmed up to it yet, but I know it's something that I must do, and hopefully after today I'll feel a lot more comfortable taking that approach. But just letting people into my life, into my space, maybe to see more of my character, see me dance because I love to dance, and hanging out with my kids and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But so I believe that just like with anything, because like for example with music, my music is so, I wouldn't say, my music is borderline, lovey-dovey and rough and rebellish, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But I consider my music a positive energy type, that vibration is positive.
Mm.
And you're gonna go over to another page and you're gonna get super raunchy, right?
Yeah.
So I think just like with anything else, you have to just stay true to yourself and cut your eye past the things that don't feed you,
Mm.
and make the adjustments in your settings. But I feel like it's such a great tool because look, I'm connecting with you across the world, so I think that's a huge blessing. And with any great thing, you're gonna have, the trash, so to speak. You're gonna have the trash that you want to put out, and you're also gonna have things that you aim for. And I think just like your vibration, it's what you're drawn to is what I think we should focus on. So focus on what feeds your spirit, what helps you to grow, and
Yeah.
just leave everybody to do what makes them happy,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
what it really does is just show you just how much different energies are out there,
Mm.
and how careful we have to be with what we let into our space and
Yeah.
into our soul, because it does make a difference. It changes you, really. You don't need to be aware of everything.
That's
Just
a
I
good
need
vibe.
music. I need European music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that, definitely. Well, listener is saying that you're coming across beautifully, so you're doing well, sis.
Thank you. And I see them, but listen, guys, I am so nervous and happy and excited because I'm getting to do what I love, what I pray to do. I've dreamt of this like just all my life, and sometimes, in the moment of living your dream, it
Yeah.
just comes across so, what's the word? It's almost like it's not happening, but it's really happening.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to soak it all up, and I wish I could see you. I can't see you, but
I know
definitely
you
can
will.
see the awesome, my new fans. I can see my new fans in the chat, and love you guys so much. Thank you for showing up here today or tonight if you're in the UK.
Yeah.
But enough love, enough love.
Every time. Every time. So I have to ask, who's inspired you? Because there's too many to say, I guess. But if you could say like the top three.
Okay, let's give this a good shot,
Yeah.
because this is a conversation I had with my family. They kind of like, the word kunk. They
Yeah.
wanted to kunk me on the part. But last time I failed to mention just how much I love Barry Salmon,
Oh,
just
okay.
how much I love Marcia Griffiths. And these, I'm just going with the greats, because if I start to go into the tiers, it's gonna be all day. And I
Yeah.
definitely have mad respect for Houghton Lindo, because he's such a huge part of my journey. And
Mm.
like I said before, I wasn't aware of him before I got into the industry. But once I did become aware, he does such positive music. Barris does such positive music. And I aspire to write more like Barris, where I can just say everything I want to say and it's melodious. And
Yeah.
hopefully all the men will fall in love with me and just buy all my music and become super fans, just like, how girls are, to men. So that's my aim. I want to make men feel special.
Mm.
And because there are good ones out there, and I feel like most of the music we hear about men, it's not that positive.
Yeah.
And so we want to nurture the ones who are doing a great job in this life, because they make a huge difference for us.
Yeah.
So they're the backbone of everything. And yeah, we want them to feel good.
I hear.
But I will straighten them out if they're not behaving. So just like, the song Coward Boy, if them not behave, me just call them what them be. If you're a coward, you just get called out. Right?
100, 100.
So
But you know what, sis?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a bit of that tune so people can hear just a little bit.
Coward boy, this young girl on a toy.
Bo, bo,
I'm
bo,
all
bo.
about joy, joy. I'm a young girl, sweet in the night, and everything coming set right, right, right. You get a little tears, now I give you happy play, and that a little thing of my child, get it right. I don't wanna play with you, you ain't in there.
Jeez.
It's true, not true. It's a vibes. It's a vibes.
So you know what, sis? Where did that come from? Because boy, I could feel it. I could feel. I was dancing. I don't know if you could see it, but I was definitely vibing to it.
I wish I could see Kat. I don't. We're never gonna do this again, because I need to be able to vibe with you. I cannot see you. I don't know why, but that tune. It just sometimes I listen to a rhythm
Yeah,
and it just, I don't know, it just stirs up some emotions. And a
yeah.
lot of the times, what I'll do, I'll pull from experiences that I've had personally.
Mm.
I'll pull from experience that like external experiences that I've had, whether it's a story from a friend, because I know enough coward boy, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I think all of us do.
yeah.
And but yeah, that's what it was. And I don't know, I just went for it. And I pitched it to Hope and him just love it and say, I'll be a fire up on that tune there. But it wasn't any one particular thing.
Mm.
It's just I listened to the rhythm, and depending upon the topics that we were talking about for that rhythm, I just kind of vibe that way.
Yeah,
And I always feel like the lyrics them just come, they just like
Lord. Yeah,
stardust, and I catch
yeah.
them as fast as I can, and try to put them together and make it bless other people. Yeah.
I hear that. I feel like Hopeton should do a counteraction, like Coward Girl or something.
He did
So
actually. He's a lover. He's a lover. So you know
I
what he
know.
did? I believe the song is called "My Best Friend." That's what he did on that one.
Okay.
I think that's what it was
Yeah.
noted. If he could just drop in the comment section if I'm correct, that would be great. But I think that's what it was. And
Yeah.
I don't remember if that's what that one was called. Hmm. My
Yes. Yes.
angel. My angel. There
Oh,
it is. My
there you go. He put
angel.
it. He put it. He put it.
Can't remember the melody, but it's a big tune. So everything on that rhythm that just, we say slap, everything
Yeah.
just slap, boom, boom, boom. And I think that's or a new approach, you know,
Yeah.
to the music business, to the world, to our people, to our fans, and new
Mm.
fans yet to be discovered is just to make them feel the energies of love. And there's so many different shades to it and
Yeah.
texture, right?
Yeah.
And so we're just tapping into that right now.
I hear that. And I need to know because each artist I've spoke to from Irie Pen, you all seem like you're lovers, like you're all into the love vibe. Is that the case? Or love vibe, love energy? Because I can feel it every time I talk to one of you guys.
Yes, before I get into that, I just want to note, as you can see, Hope Time put it down there in the that was in the comment section. So, Coward Boy, I definitely got some serious coaching on this song too, because guess who was in the studio with me? It was Coco T. He was in studio. That was my first time meeting him, and he just was so full of so much energy and life. And he must say, "Yo, Inique, you can't go soft on a coward boy. You have to call out a coward boy." And him just really encouraged me to just learn, just let it go on a coward. Make
Yeah,
them know. So yeah, when I rate the coward bottom. So sharing time with him in studio was just magical, and it was just a blessing. It's a notable time on my journey. I love that moment. But to answer your question, there's all sorts of energies. My energy is definitely rootsy, sometimes rebellish, and but altogether love.
yeah,
Um, you have all sorts of energies, as you know. But I think on my team, we're all pursuing love and spreading love. I can't
yeah,
speak for everybody else, but I really I repel other energies that's not conducive to life and progress and growth and education to our youths, because there's just so much that you can access now at your fingertips, and I feel like we're as a collective we're not mindful of that. It's almost like we don't care what we're putting out or who's going to listen to it, because especially kids seek out information, and
Yeah.
other than seeking it out, it's just right there in their faces, and as parents we're not always there to supervise, our kids. So I feel like it's you can sing, you know um let's just put it, you can sing and be affectionate and all this type of stuff and infectious,
Yeah.
but I feel like it needs to be on a level where maybe let's just use more metaphors and similes and not be so blunt to the point all the
Yeah.
time. Because growing up, when I heard "Girl, I wanna make you sweat,"
Gee!
I had no idea what that was. I just know the tune did shell, you know.
Yeah.
Don't feel you can't sweat no more. I didn't know. It
Yeah.
so it's like some music, you grow with it, and as your mind develops, it's like, it's like
Yeah.
it grows with you, and then you understand it different. You feel it and comprehend it differently with time.
Yeah.
But nowadays I just feel like everything is just right in the face.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're just not ready for that. I'm not saying that there's a time and a place for everything, but
Yeah.
just be mindful. I feel like let's just be mindful, guys, in the industry. Let's think a little bit more about the future and
Mm.
and and the young brains of our kids.
100%. And you know what? As a DJ, I don't play no raw tunes. I refuse to play anything that is raw. It's not against the artist. It's just when you've got nanny and granddad there, plus young children, everybody there, it just doesn't feel right.
It does. It doesn't feel right, and music should be for everybody to devour. Let's all just gobble it up together. I don't feel like we should hide and listen to music, or maybe we have to put music in, just use it, the earbuds or whatever. And some people just don't care. They just play whatever,
Yeah.
with all types of different age groups around us.
Mm.
So I think it should be palatable for everyone, as Bob
Yeah.
Marley would say.
I hear that. And
Absolutely.
when it comes to legends, I mean, you've mentioned Marcia Griffiths so many times, and she's a queen, just like Judy Mowatt and also Rita Marley. And the list continues for the queens. But I don't know, I feel like sometimes the queens aren't always mentioned as much. Do you think that's kind of an industry thing, or it's just how it is?
I think that's a societal thing.
Yeah.
Um, us women, we bring forth life, and I feel like we definitely get the least amount of respect.
Mm.
But I also feel that we have to walk proud, and I believe that artists like Marcia, I think women are so
Yeah.
humble.
Yeah.
It's almost like we hold a space and we let things happen, but I think we have to be a little bit more aggressive, not in what would you say? Just own your space, believe
Yeah.
in ourselves, be strong, um, be loud when you have to stand up for your rights.
Yeah.
Don't just be pushed into a corner. I'm very defensive, I feel, as a person. Like whenever I believe in being right. I believe in being kind,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. So if you're being ill treated, make
Mm.
your voice be heard. Call for help, in the space, and not necessarily because you're being hurt, but get words of wisdom, advice to how to navigate the space.
Yeah.
Um, but for artists like for Marcia, I feel the way she carries herself, the way
Mm.
how Judy carries herself, the
Yeah.
how Queen Rita carries herself. Those who have the eyes of wisdom will see them for who they are. You know. I don't think we're blind to royalty. And when I say royalty, just in character, as a woman, if you bring yourself a certain way, you're treated a certain way. So I don't believe that everybody in the space is disrespected, but I know if you have a young man who may have not been brought up the right way, he may try to disrespect the queen, right? But for most of us, I believe that certain experiences, I just haven't had certain experiences. I haven't been disrespected, knock on wood. And I spent a lot of time in the company of Houghton Lindo and the Fiery Pen family. I haven't had that level of disrespect thrown towards me. But however, my journey is just starting, so I'm sure there's time for everything. I'm not saying nothing, all things are possible. But we also have a saying that don't be know who you're frightened too, right? So if you're just not living a certain way, I have your energy open up in a certain way, I don't feel that certain things are likely to happen, but it can happen. But over time, I think women or voices are becoming louder and stronger. We're being highlighted a little bit more. So I think over time, you will see some major changes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Well, I'm coming up, so people get ready.
I love that. It's a tune as well called Comforter.
Yes.
I wanted to know about that because it sounds a bit like a dub vibe.
Oh my gosh, yes, it is. Comforter, no. Hope Ten wrote a song and he said pretty much he wanted me to counter it, right? In a way. And I said, all right, and I listened to his song. I think that I think that's the one that's called My Best Friend. Hope Ten, please let me know if I am correct. I can't remember the things. But anyway, so the approach that I took is sometimes you're with somebody and they just don't see you for who you are. And as we were talking about earlier, when you're a strong queen, you don't take foolishness for too long. So if you're trying and trying and trying and this young man is not getting the point, then you just make certain moves. So what I did was I found somebody who could comfort me while he's being an idiot. Yes, that's what I did. I wasn't trying to be played for too long, and that's just the energy in the song. And a lot of women go through this too. So when I write, I try to write thinking about women on that spectrum and all the things that we have to navigate in these relationships or situationships that we get into. And sometimes
I feel like
you just have to be a rough rebel and take take the bull by the horns.
I hear that. Let's play a little bit.
Yes.
You're like a secret. I can call you anytime. When my heart is down and my face wears a frown, you are always around. Someone special that I can talk to, who is genuine and true. And when I'm in need, you're a friend indeed. I can always count on you. I'm so glad that you're my comforter, and I'm willing to see where this love will take us. I have no more time to invest in a life that was never designed for me. I'm so glad that you're my comforter, and I'm ready to be one in a million. To heaven to hold and to get that goal, just like I was supposed to be. And I'm happy for a while now, but I tried my best to make it work.
Damn. I felt that one.
Vibes.
Vibes
are pouring out.
I hear that. I think that.
You left out some of the good parts though, when she really rough him up. But hopefully people go and look up the song. Go look up My Comforter.
That's what I want them to do. I want them to hear little clips and then go, what, I like this. Go check it.
Go hunting, my good peeps.
That's what I hear. So I've got a message from somebody. They're asking, well, I think it's a question. They're saying it reminds them Bon for Bon, this particular tune.
Bon Oh, wow. Well, a different
So,
verse and different style,
yeah.
But that didn't come across my mind when I wrote it. But yeah, I can see where, yeah, it's relative.
I hear that. So, what do you do when you're in the studio and you're putting your work together? What's your process? How do you go about it? Is it like rhythm based? Is it writing it down? How does it work?
Today I was thinking, I said, I love when I get a rhythm and it just talks to me. So I write
Yeah,
differently. Sometimes I'm just, there and some energy will just come and I'm like, oh, I have to get a voice note in and I record it. But I
yeah,
do feel like those are the ones that are last to get recorded. Whenever I
yeah,
do get a rhythm, I'm more excited because I know this will be released. People are gonna hear this, and I'll get the rhythm. Sometimes I listen to the rhythm all the way through, and sometimes in the beginning it just start giving me energy and vibes, and I'm like, whoa, 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 wait a minute. But normally I will listen to the rhythm a
yeah,
few times over and over and over, and then just let it speak to me, and I will jump on my voice notes, record what little ideas are coming in, and then go from there. And then I just work it where a lot of the time I freestyle the song through and
yeah,
then work it through, structure, write it down, pitch it to Hope and Linda, and hope and cross my fingers and hope that he loves it. And
yeah,
more times than less, he can give me the fire sign so that shell, that's a good vibe.
yeah,
If there needs to be any little tweaking, because he's the pen, right? And he's my mentor, he's my producer. So I run things by him so I can learn and hone my writing skills, right?
yeah.
Because he definitely sees that in me and he makes sure that I write my songs.
Uh,
So I'm enjoying the process right now. I do believe that you'll get a freestyle. You'll get where, I work on it for weeks at a time because not all songs come together quickly,
yeah,
and I used to stress out and think, man, I'm really like worthless when it comes on to writing a song. But then I heard one of my favorites, Burning
mm,
Spears, talk about just how some songs can take a
yeah,
time. The message have to come together. You can't just throw things together and really, well, you can, but that's not my approach.
yeah,
And just release it. I want every fiber of my body to just be in love with the lyrics and in belief too of what I'm saying. So some comes quicker than others. But I'm working towards being able to work it where I get something, I get it done, I send it out.
okay,
Let that become the practice because once I get deeper into this space, I want to be highly productive. I want to be performance level top tier. So, yeah.
I hear that. And so, speaking of performance, there's a difference between when you go out on stage and, I'm sure you're aware of it. You're on stage and you just stand there, and somebody who puts on a performance.
Yeah.
So, I mean, where are you at the minute? Are you kind of standing there? Are you in between, or are you like high energy? What about you?
I'm
Where
definitely
about?
not a standing there.
Okay, that's
I'm
good.
not a standing there type of person.
Yeah,
I will say nerves are always high because there's so much passion there.
yeah,
But once you break that ice, and even with the nerves, you still go out there very feeling,
yeah,
confident and just doing what you told yourself you can do, and that this is the moment that you've dreamt of.
yeah,
Whether it's 5 people or 50 or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
You go out there and do the best performance possible. And the best way to do that is to get the audience involved. But some songs may require you just standing there and it just the
yeah,
depending on the lyrics. But some of the time you need to move and dance and show that, hey, look, this is a party. This is not a sing. Well, even singing, you know,
yeah,
they call them nine night. Even those is a party nowadays. So there's no time for any dead stock business. And
mm,
people aren't trying to spend their hard-earned money to pay for a dead stock. They're coming to see a performance. They're coming to get a great experience, and that's why you have to give them. So
Yeah.
even if you're still learning how to work the stage, go out there and do your best. Don't just stand there, you know, trembling. So I'm definitely not just a stand there person. I'm gonna try to practice, you know, and hone in on my skills of how to work the stage and how to get people, you know, into the vibe. Yeah.
I hear. And everybody that says that Jamaica is the hardest audience to please. Tell me, is that the case?
150%.
Okay. Why is that?
And
Why is that?
I don't even need to perform there to know.
Okay.
I when I watch the shows, I'm like, man. And sometimes, you know, listen, this is a thing though. I must say, we are definitely the hardest to please, but once you please them, your thing gone, like your
Yeah.
boss. You know what I mean? And on
Yeah.
the other hand, some people take the music indifferently because sometimes you'll see them there and they're not really doing much,
Yeah.
but they're having a good time. They're
Yeah.
enjoying themselves. Now, obviously, I prefer when people are rocking and grooving with me because that gives me more energy and more confidence on stage, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Jamaica ain't easy, Jamaica tough. I mean, that's the standard. We're tough in everything. We're tough across the board, sports, music, everything, you know, academics. So that's just our thing, man. And it's all you have to prepare yourself and not be intimidated by that. If anything, you know, you make it work for you,
Yeah.
where you force them to have a good time, right? Just by bringing all the energy. So,
Yeah. To be fair, one of the best entertainers I've seen is Anthony B, and he is
oh my goodness,
up and down the stage. He's good.
his knees
He's
are younger than
spoiled
mine. I
today.
don't know. I can't. My knees are not able to do that. I spent a lot of years running, and they're not going to be able to survive. No, they're not going to survive that. So, but he is definitely an energy master. You know, the Anthony B's, the Capletons, the perfect Gidamanis. Who else? Enough people will love to work the stage and do a lot of aerobics up there. You know, I rate them. Actually, I get jealous because I would like to pour out all that
Yeah.
energy, but I know my
Yeah.
knees won't. They just won't. But
Oh
I can
gosh.
still dance. You know, I will dance. I'm gonna dance. That's one of my things that I love to do. Every
Yeah.
time I see Nadine Sutherland, I'm like, that's gonna
Oh,
be me
yeah.
later in life. You know, still doing it. You know, but yeah.
And I'm sure you've seen it where Elijah Marley, Damien Junior Gong's son, he killed the
Yeah,
stage. And I ain't gonna lie, I was so proud to see a young person get up there. I know
mashing it up.
I know he's Damien's son, however, I feel like he has the talent and he has the style and the flavor and he killed it and I was like, yeah man, reggae
He
looks good.
literally has his dad's same style. Like
Yeah,
he just emulates that. Well, the thing about that too, you know, if that's your environment, I mean, and it's already running through your veins. I mean, you know, come on, generations of the Marleys, you know, they've been doing it and doing it
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Definitely, I was very happy to see that, and it was positive music. It wasn't anything derogatory,
yeah,
and I feel like that was a prime example that you can still make great music and make people feel good and they want to dance and they want to get forwards and they want you to pull it up, you know. And I feel
yeah,
like music should make people happy. You shouldn't feel like that you go to a dance, a party,
yeah,
and you have to be constantly, you know, on guard all the time. I think just like when you go to church, I mean, you go and you know you're in a solace, you know, the vibe is calm, it's meditative, you know, it's
mm,
open. Your heart is open.
yeah,
I think people go to the dance hall to have a good time. You know,
yeah,
nobody spends money to have a terrible time and lose their lives. So we have to make some changes. You know,
for real,
yeah,
100%.
actually, yeah. So we want to see more great energy, and that's why you know even my song
Yeah,
"Happy." I think
yeah,
we can use some happiness. We can use some high frequency, some high vibrations right now.
yeah,
Just to showcase that hey, you know, the clean music is still a good music, you know what I mean? Yeah, we don't
definitely.
need all the violence and everything. We already see what it does. And to say that, you know, music doesn't affect, you know, how we live, that's ignorance, you know. We can't keep saying this thing and believe in this thing, right?
Yeah.
Music just transcends everything, you know. So, like I said, we have to just keep nurturing our youth's mind because when we know right and wrong, our children don't. And if they look up to, I'm not going to call names because I don't want to get into any trouble with anybody, but certain artists know that youths look up to them and then
Yeah.
still are sing the madness, the nastiness, the slackness, the derogatory, low energy music, and that just it puts me off, you know.
Yeah.
And we're just hoping for a change, and in order to do that, you just do your part, and so that's what I'm doing. And I love to
You know,
see some of my friends popping up here. Blessings to you all, and to my new fans too.
blessings to everyone. You know what you were talking about just then. I mean, I've had that conversation so many times about, putting out clean music, music that has a message. But I usually get the comment, "Kat, we need to eat," and this
Oh,
is
come
the
on.
music. This is the music that sells quick. And I wanted to know your thoughts. It's not something that I don't think so personally, but I need to
You
know your
know,
thoughts.
I reason with a lot of DJs, and the
Yeah,
thing that I say is this, right? As a collective, if we made a conscious decision
yeah,
and decided for the people, for the listeners, what they needed to hear, if we
yeah.
all start making good music, what am I going to stop listening to music? They're
That's it.
gonna they're gonna listen to what we provide.
Yeah,
And for all the creatives, you can create palatable music,
yeah.
okay? And people are gonna buy it. So
That's
you're
it.
just saying regular music is the only music that cannot be palatable because there's so many other big songs in different genres and none of them are derogatory. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand like what the whole idea is. What is the what's the intention? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the
100.
goal here, guys? What's the goal?
That's the question. What is the goal? What do we want to
What
see?
is the goal, man? What are we trying to do? Are we trying to build or are we trying to tear down? Like we need to decide, you know?
I hear that. 100%. Fully agree. So what's next, sis? What can we look forward to?
Oh my goodness. So what is next is today I receive a lovely rhythm and like I told you, the when I get the rhythm, the messages just start flowing
Yeah.
in. And so I just know it's going to be more new music. We're heading into the second quarter of the year.
Mm.
And so for every quarter, we need to have something. And so more than likely, you'll be getting another hit tune soon from Inique and from the Iripen gang, right? And so we're just going to be releasing music left, right, and center. And, obviously giving you time to consume it.
Yeah.
Hi, novelty. Yes, dear.
Blessings.
But, you know,
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. And, Hopeton and I were talking about the EP and everything like that. And
Nice.
for me, what I was thinking to myself is being now in my 30s, and I'm telling everybody my age, but being in my 30s, I want to release mature music. I'm more conscious now. Like
Yeah.
I have that, I can see where I'm heading.
Yeah.
And I want everything to sound mature, and I want the right energy to be released. And
Mm.
so, a EP, I mean, I wonder if we can do beer new music on it. We'll see. We'll see what Houghton says about that. But I just have so much things I want to do. I'm just so excited. I wish I could just do it all day long.
Mm.
Um, but some new music is coming, talks of EP, and I won't rush into an album because I want to make sure that I have the fan
Yeah.
base and know what they love from Inique and the type of energies that they're seeking out or what they find, more refreshing.
Yeah.
But we'll test the waters with the EP for sure, and definitely some more singles coming up.
Wow. I'm looking forward. I can't wait. I
Yeah.
want to know what this rhythm is. I want to know, but I can't ask that.
No,
I
come
gotta
on,
wait.
you have to wait in a DJ Cat because next time we talk, I have to see you because I can't believe that I can't see you, man. I
I don't
can't
know what's
see
happening.
you.
I don't know what's happening, but I can see you. I
But I think
can.
I'm doing well with pretending. It's like when you're on the radio and you're just talking. You just act like you can see everybody. You know.
Yeah.
So
I
I,
hear
I
that.
just there's something there right now. I just visualize it vividly,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I forgot that I couldn't see you. So that's
Okay.
that. It's going well for me.
That's good. Good. And you know what? I'll be honest, sis. You're doing well. I know you said you're feeling nervous, but you're doing very
No, the
well.
nerves
People are loving your vibe, your
gone.
energy.
The nerves out the door. Honestly,
Okay,
the nerves have taken off and gone right back into the bushes.
nice.
Um, that was just that initial thing, you know, like getting everything together, getting here on time, all that good stuff.
I hear that.
And yeah, like
I
no,
hear.
me and you are sister, you know, like we're sisterins now, and we just have a one reason.
Yeah, man.
And I'm definitely not nervous anymore.
I can't. You know what? You guys, all of you guys need to come to the UK as well. Just come and just sit here.
Well, thank you for the
Bye.
invitation. We'll be there as soon as the tickets are ready. Yay! Thank you, Kat. I'm just making jokes. But yeah, man, you know, for on more than one occasion, like personal invitations, like I definitely need to come over. We need to come over and vibe and listen to the music and talk and reason and you cook for we and them something there,
Yeah,
right? Or
you're
maybe
ready.
we cook for you, vice versa, you
Of
know?
course, of course. But you know what?
Yeah.
I can't have you on here and not ask you, would you like to sing a little something?
Absolutely. What would you like to hear? Maybe I can give you a bit of a taste of happy,
Yeah.
and maybe you can give them a taste after that so that they can, see if they will be rushing over to iTunes or Amazon or wherever to get it right
You
now.
know what?
So I'm gonna just
I
take a
feel like
quick sip.
I feel
I'm
like
take a
that
quick
tune
sip.
just makes you happy. So you have to sing it now.
Absolutely. So here we go. I'm just gonna give you a taste of
Yeah,
it.
man.
Ooh, something about you that I just can't live without. I'm committed to the time it takes for life to play it out. No other man can ever make me feel this way. So I just got to say, oh, you make me happy, yeah. Me happy tell the whole world what you mean to me. You make me happy, yeah. Uh-huh. Baby, you make me happy, yeah. Me happy tell the whole world how you check for me. You make me happy, yeah. Uh-huh. Happy, happy. Yes, you make me happy, boy, cause you got it. You have the good love and I need coffee, happy. Well responsible in every part of me, ale. Me, ale. Well, spiritually, physically, and mentally. Him love when me ugly, mama dress well savvy. But thing well secure, so when I watch nobody. We now watch nobody. Boom.
Jeez! People, go and buy it. Go and buy
Something about you that I just can't live without. I'm committed to the time it takes for love to play it out. No other man can ever make me feel this way. I just want to say, oh, you make me happy. Me happy tell the whole world what you mean to me. You make me happy. Baby, you make me happy. Me happy tell the whole world how you check to me. You make me happy. Happy, happy. Yes, you make me happy, boy, cause you got you have the good love and I need happy, happy. Well, I'm responsible in every part of me, Ale. Me, Ale. Was spiritual.
it. That tune does make you feel happy, man.
A
Just,
boom tune. I just love it. That's a gift though. That's a gift from God. I don't know where it come from.
oh gosh.
Big
Right.
up all my sisters. Big up Houghton. Big up 2K Mad. Big up everybody and everybody and everybody. I can't answer the name there. Rara Bongo Star. Okay, Bongo. I love Bongo flavor. I wonder if that's what she means. But anyway, I'll let you talk. Sorry about that. But big up
No,
everybody.
I'm sure she'll be happy, I'm sure, just to get a shout out. So blessings.
Enough love.
Yeah, right. So sis, I feel like you need to tell the people how they can find you on all social media, how they can get a hold of you, etc.
Okay, well, you guys can just come over to the house. Just kidding. But anyway, so you can find Inique Music. It's Instagram Inique Music, Facebook Inique Music. It's the same on all the social media plats. And definitely please run over to iTunes, run over to Tidal, wherever you get it, Amazon, Spotify, um, SoundCloud, YouTube, if you don't want to purchase and you just want to stream it and check it out and add it to your favorites list. And make sure when you do, if you don't purchase, for example, for those who have the monthly premium plans on their social plats, please add it to your favorite list that you listen to every day. If you want to hear more, I need, because I definitely want to give you more music, and I wanted to touch a lot more people in the world that we live in. We didn't need some more. I need.
Yeah, man, 100%. Sis, before we say kind of goodbye for now, and like I said, it's never a proper goodbye because we're always going to keep talking because the
It's
fire.
more of a link you later, right? Link you
Yeah.
later.
What kind of words would you like to say to the people out there? Just kind of either as a positive remark or apart from goodbye, my tune, what else would you like to say?
Well, for sure, for sure. There's a special energy that um, takes over the body and the mind and the soul when you pursue what you want to do. So even if you have to do what you must do to survive,
Yeah.
please, please, please give some time, carve out a lane for your passions. Please carve out a space for the dreams that you have, because we're only aware of having one life for sure, and it's
Yeah.
very short, and it's definitely more meaningful and it's more enjoyable and satisfying if you tap into your God-given talents
Yeah.
or your passions, right? Because we're all here to give something to the world, and we don't have a lot of time to waste. So let's tap into that part of our priorities, right? Make it a priority to do something for yourself and for the world, other than what you do to make, a daily bread, so to speak, if you're
Yeah.
not already doing what you have passion for.
I love that. I love that. And you know
And
what,
keep
sis?
listening to Inique music. Listen to it. Please follow
Yeah.
me, because the follows are like money, and yeah, I need all the followers
Yeah.
so that the music can touch more hearts and souls and minds. And you guys can also inspire me to write more music, better music,
Yeah.
happier music. Yes.
I hear that. I hear that. So you know what, sis? I want to say thank you to you for bringing good music to the forefront because it's definitely uplifted me. I feel happy now. I was happy already, but I feel higher happy.
That
Higher
was the
happy,
intention.
100%. And I know that a lot of the listeners that are tuned in, they're loving the vibe and they're feeling happy as well. So I really do appreciate what you're bringing to the table. As a DJ, it's nice to hear good music.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, DJKat. Big up the Irie Pen production team, Colton Lindo, Peter G, Novelty, Anthony Malvo, sorry about that. Big up Sanchez, who is also on the rhythm, the favorite rhythm.
Yeah.
Big up all the people who are tapping into the music, into what we're doing. Keep spreading the word, keep sharing, share this interview, share the music, tell somebody to tell somebody else, right? And the more it grows, the more of it you will get. So give thanks, enough love. I'm saying good night to you over there in the UK, and good afternoon to you guys here in the US of A, EST time.
Blessings, sis. And I hope you have a good rest of the day.
Thank you.
And we'll speak again.
Have a lovely weekend to
You
everybody.
too.
Thanks for
Bless up.
having
Bless.
me.
Anytime.
Blessings.